in the booth. Talking on the ball, you know we spitting the truth. Rub and fight hard, showing love for the game. Owls in the sky, playing for more than the fame. Play sharp on the field, eager to rise. Leaves chants loud, I see a devoted lives. Barnsley Bridge Warriors.
Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. I'm King Bush, your host, and tonight we are back for the fantasy football. We'll be on game week 5, so we'll review game week 4, see how it went. We have got Carl with us as well, so we'll go to Carl first because he's donning something. He is our manager of the month. Carl, have you got your award with you? So Carl's got his award there, so he's holding on to that very tightly because I think Haaland bailed him out this week from a total disaster. So how are you, Carl? You good?
I'm good. I was going to have an absolute shocker of a week until Haaland pulled me out of the doggy doo-doo.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling a bit better after Haaland's display in the derby. I'm
sure you was. And Mers is our new league leader. So he has overtaken Carl at the top of the table. So we've got a new leader. How are you doing, Mers?
I'm doing good. It was an exceptional week, and I've created a nice little buffer zone right now between myself and second place, which is Carl.
Super. We're going to look a little bit further down the table now. We're going to go to Brighton Dan. Obviously, he does stick, in fairness to Dan, he does stick with a lot of Brighton players. He don't go with your traditional top players. So he plays it more for the fun side of things and for his own team. He sticks by his side. How you doing, Dan?
Yeah, it's funny that you should mention that because I did wildcard it.
Oh,
the week just gone.
Yeah, he's changed up.
After the international break, I did use a wildcard. Yeah, so I bumped up the leaderboard, table a little bit. Still kept João Pedro. Still got Cucurella. I've swapped out Matoma and bought in Minte, so I've still got the Brighton connection there. But then everyone else is not high end, but not Brighton.
Yeah. And then we've got Hutch. How you doing, Hutch?
Not bad, mate. You?
Yeah, not too bad. How did your game week go?
Not too bad. 67 points, but I took a -8 this last game week. So I don't think that's too bad of a score. A couple of high scorers, but again, a couple of 2s, or 4 2s exactly. So not ideal, but hoping for a better week this week.
Yeah, I think, we all are. I think I did quite well, but I'll not talk about mine just yet. Luke, how you doing, mate? How did your week go?
Average, to be fair. I managed to get 60 points. I mean, I did make a couple of changes, so I started on -4. Few things went against me. I mean, I got more points off Bogle, but Fulham's last-minute winner dropped him down from a clean sheet. I meant to triple captain Van Dijk, but I only captained him, so I lost out on a few points there. And Chris Wood let me down a bit with just getting a few minutes on pitch, so... Yeah. No, not a very great week, but 60 points, not too bad. So wait when.
And many people's prediction to get manager of the month this week. Phil, how did your week go?
Yeah, not so good, unfortunately. Out of the first 4 game weeks that we've had, I've only made above average points on one of those weeks. So I'm not doing too good at present, which I'm quite shocked at, to be perfectly honest, because some of my players are absolutely, on paper, phenomenal players, and they're just not producing. This past week, this game week 4, I should have, the people that I'd got on my bench bar one player, I should have had playing, and I would have smashed the point probably got well up into the 70s, to be fair with those players. But yeah, not very good at all this week.
And Luke, how did your week go, mate? How are you?
Mine was basically a less extreme version of Carl's. It was not looking incredible till the Haaland captaincy came along. Only Semenyo, Liverpool, and Reynolds got more than 2 points. So it was pretty rough going, but got back to 65.
Not too bad. And then the man that thinks he's the legend of the fantasy football, I see him posting his predictions on TikTok. I don't think they ever come right, but he's there. He gives it all, but glory all. How are you doing? Are you stuck in the mud at the minute still?
I mean, it all went wrong game week 2 when I wildcarded because I had the clever idea of bringing in loads of 4 million defenders, thinking that was going to save me if I can spend more money in attack, and it just hasn't worked out. I'm similar to Phil, but probably in a worse state. I got 52 points. I got lucky. Haaland and Salah saved me. I mean, the defender for Goodmanson, he got me an own goal, which was very nice. He was moments away from a nice clean sheet and then gets an own goal. So that really, really annoyed me. But I've got some good ideas as to how I'm going to somehow rectify this team, but it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'll get there.
Yeah, and I obviously I think I got the second highest score behind Mers this week, so I came in with 81. Captain Salah, he didn't let me down. Obviously, Haaland produced, Pedro produced, Van der Ver produced, my goalkeeper produced. So really happy with that. I didn't use any chip either, so there were no bench boosts or triple captain. So to beat, obviously, Cole's score without using a triple captain and not be miles off Mers with him using bench boosts, I'm quite happy. Sat there in third at the moment and ready to accelerate really ahead. A good game week really for me. So looking forward to game week 5. I'm going to start with the big hitters purely because I'm worried Cole's internet will drop out again. I'm going to start with Cole. Obviously, you didn't want to give too much away, but obviously this show you have to kind of give stuff away. So what plan of action have you taken this week?
So just to clarify, my internet didn't go, but I was given an order for a takeaway, so that was very important. I had to get that order in.
Okay.
My fantasy football, I'm doing a wild card.
A wild card?
Yeah, I need to make some changes. So I've brought a few players in. I don't want to give them all away because I don't want to be giving Mers and you too much information. All I will say is I've had to swallow my pride.
Information show. We give information. That's the whole point of the stream is to give.
All right. Well, I've had to swallow my pride and I've had to put Pedro in there like you have, Joe Pedro. Yeah. I'll tell you, I put Doku in because I think he's on fire at the moment.
Yeah, I think Phil's done that move as well, I believe. I was considering it, but I don't think I had enough funds to get him in there this week.
I'm just bringing up my team now. I've made quite a few changes actually. I'll tell you the biggest one that I am debating, and it's whether to keep Wirtz in or not. I've just got this awful feeling in the pit of my stomach that I'm going to take him out and then he's just going to start firing.
Well, I will say one thing with the Wirtz. He did do quite well in the Champions League game, and it was other players that cost him not getting an assist, like Salah hitting the woodwork. Somebody else had a stinker of a miss. I think it might have been Frimpong, who he kind of laid it off to. So he is showing glimpses of being good. is being a bit unlucky with getting that final product, I think.
Yeah, so I've made quite a few changes there, and I brought a couple of defenders in, changed my defense a little bit because Aitnori's injured, so I've had to take him out. So, yeah, I've made quite a lot of changes. I've got one bit of a left field selection, which I'm not going to divulge yet, because I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep it. And it might be a bit of a wild card of a captain as well, but I need to see how I feel. It could change that.
Come on, Cole. I've got to pin you down, mate. So a captain. Who are your thoughts on captain?
It's a Liverpool player.
Salah.
It's a risk. I might put Isak captain.
Ooh.
I'm not sure he'll
Okay.
start, but that's bold.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm thinking that is I don't think many people would pick him as a captain yet, or even have him in the team because it's very early. But if I can steal a week on everyone, it might prove a bit of a shrewd move.
So, Carl, going on to that, you are now playing Haaland, Isak, and Pedro up front.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Bold.
Wow.
Interesting choices. Yeah.
So on to Mers, top of the league, mate. Flying at the minute. What changes have you made for this week? Are you doing any more and using any more chips? And who's your pick for captain?
Yeah, in terms of transfers, not making any transfers this week because I want to try and start the process of banking the transfers a little bit. I do think I have at least a good solid 11. So in terms of my team, so because I played a bench boost, I didn't worry too much about what my team actually physically looked like for game week 4. But for this week, I'm going with Vicario in goal, Munoz, Romero, Sinisi as my back three, Grealish, Ndoye, Semenyo, Gakpo as my midfield 4, Pedro, Haaland, and Mateta up front. And at the moment, I've got Mateta as my captain because just feeling like the fact that West Ham are outside of scoring obviously 3 goals against Nottingham Forest and having a clean sheet in that one, they've conceded 11 goals in the other 3 games. So I feel like there is goals potentially there. But the problem for me is the fact that Crystal Palace don't have Sarr. And I do think that the attack needs him a little bit, which is making me hesitant of maybe changing my mind on that captaincy at the moment.
Interesting. On to Luke. So game week 5, you're not doing any more minus points, are you? Or have you made any transfers?
I've just made the one. I've had Jorginho Rutter in all season and he's barely even playing. So I've got bored of him. I decided to change him. I've gone for, can I never pronounce his name? Is it Caicedo for Chelsea?
Yeah.
Caicedo.
Yeah. Took a punt on him. Thought I'll give him a shot. So I took a shot with him. And I'm sticking with Haaland and Wood up front. I mean, hopefully we'll get a few goals against Burnley. So I'm hoping he can grab me a few points this week.
Who are you going for captain, Luke?
Well, that's what I'm struggling to think of. But again, I'm backing on Wood. So I think I'm going to captain Wood. We'll take a risk on him.
On to Phil. So, Phil, obviously, I know we spoke earlier, and I know you brought in Doku from Manchester City. Is that your only one transfer?
No. So I played it quite cleverly. I banked a transfer a couple of games ago, and then when I played the wild card in game week 3, I also banked a free transfer last game. So essentially, I've had 3 transfers that I could use this game week, and so I have made some decent changes. I have brought Doku in. Just based on his performance at the minute, I think he's just just different class of player. I've also dropped Nico Williams out of my defence and bought in Byrne for Newcastle. I think that's especially with the game week that we've got this week against Bournemouth. And then I bought in a really low-priced Wolves player. I don't think he's even played yet, and slapped him on my bench. My intentions are nice and simply. I'm going to start building my bench up a little bit. I feel as though the players that I've got on the pitch, I've got Vicario in goal, Byrne, Gabriel, and Munoz at the back three. I've got Semenyo, Doku, Salah, and Anderson in midfield, and then Ekitike, Wood, and Wow Pedro up front. I think what I want to start doing is start building my bench up so that maybe in a couple of weeks' time, I can play a decent bench boost with some bench players and hopefully get some decent points. My captain, I'm toying between two of my forwards to captain this week. At the minute, I've got it sat as Ekitike, but I may just base it on Forest playing Burnley. I may make Wood my captain. I can't quite decide as of yet.
Yeah, I think the worry with Ekitike is with Isaac playing midweek, and I think his minutes will be affected by the Isaac signing. Even if he starts, I think he may come off early as well to bring Isaac on. So I think that both of them could be a risky pick for me. But yeah, sounds good. Luke, what's your captain? Have you made any changes? Are you happy with your team?
I'm not happy with my team for this week, so I'm considering using my free hit personally. I've not officially locked into it yet, but compared to, say, next week, I fancy how my team does look for that, but this one is looking a bit weak. So I'm thinking just use my free hit. You're obviously going to get one back next half of the season. Feels like a good time for me to use it. So I've not officially locked anything in, but I'm probably, just because it's Liverpool versus Everton, I'm probably going to go Salah captain and just completely change up the team.
Yeah. So Dan, you've changed up your team. How are you looking for this week?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with the decision I made, to be fair. A few players really did let me down that shocked me. I put in that Kekeres from Liverpool and he got no points. Johnson got me 1, I think, so that was a bit of a hit. But I'm thinking I liked how the team looked, and I feel like the Brighton-Tottenham game is where I'm kind of like, I've got Minte on the left, Johnson on the right. So that something's going to give in that game.
Yeah.
So I've gone with Liverpool's goalkeeper. So Alisson's my goalkeeper. I've got Kukurea, Timber, Byrne, and Kekeres at the back.
So yeah, you have gone for some big hitters now, haven't you?
Well, I mean, I just sit myself at the bottom, and I was like, I still won't go your Salads and your Haalands, but it don't mean there ain't other players that I can't pick. So
yeah,
and at the end of the day, no one said to me don't use these players. So
no, exactly. Yeah, you've got them at your disposal.
I just chose it myself. But just to reiterate for anyone in the comments or anything, I chose to do this. No one said, "Oh yeah, you're not allowed to choose Haaland or Salads." I just wanted to see how far I could get really with not using players that everyone else picks. Controversial to that though, my strike force is still João Pedro, but I did transfer out one of my players last week and did bring in Ekitike, who disappointed me. Didn't do great for me, but that's I'm hoping in the derby. I know we've raised about Isak, but I'm hoping that he will perform. I bought in Neto from Chelsea and Semenyo. Obviously, Semenyo had a good game against us, so I feel like that was a good one. It's a bit difficult when you've got players from the teams that you're playing against. So you want them to do well for your FPL, but you don't want them to do well because they're against your team. So when obviously having Semenyo in my team, I was like, I really hope he does well for my points, but at the same time, I hope he doesn't. But I knew he'd score against us. I also changed up my bench. So I've bought in One particular change is I bought in Gyökeres from Arsenal because I feel like he's going to start firing. He may not start yet, but I feel like he will be. So I will rotate him. But my captain that I'm going to go with is João Pedro.
Pedro.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good picks there, Dan. Your squad's definitely improved from. I remember the first couple of weeks you had it.
I've
So
gone from
yeah,
like 12, 14 points to I got 59 last week. So
yeah. So there's a big jump there. So we might be seeing Dan climbing that table pretty sharpish. The man that give how many points was it away last touch? Were you on a minus?
-8 last week.
-8. He went on a madness, did Dutch. So no more minus points this week.
No, mate.
Any transfers brought in, and who are you picking for your captain?
Yeah, so a couple of changes this week. One transfer come in. I brung Gay in from Palace. Took out Matty Cash. Simply because Villa aren't scoring, they seem to be conceding. So I think he's been on my bench for 2 weeks and he's played for 2 weeks. Only ever seems to be getting twos when he's playing. So yeah, I brung Gay in, and then off my bench, I'm starting with Petrovic in goal this week, the Bournemouth goalkeeper. Obviously Sanchez, Chelsea keeper. They got Man United. Bit of a sticky game that. So Petrovic in goal. I'd say Gay coming in at back, and then my front three of Ekitike, Haaland, Pedro. This week's captain is Semenyo from Bournemouth. Couple of solid weeks, very, very good couple of weeks. Newcastle at home, I think if he gets 12, 14 points, double that. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good week for Bournemouth this week. So yeah, I'm taking full advantage of 2 players that I've got.
Are you confident this week you're going to get a good haul back?
I'm looking at about 70 points. That's what I'm looking at.
Fair.
I'll probably end up with about 30.
On to the man that says he can, but does he produce? I'm not so sure. Glorial. What we're doing this week, mate?
So, as I said, I need to improve my defence. I can't. 1, 2, 3. I've currently got 4 defenders. Well, 5 if you include one of the keepers, but 4 defenders who are 4 million, which is a big mistake. One of which is injured and one doesn't play. So that's very unhelpful for me. So I need to at least get rid of the 2 that don't play at the minute. So I'm thinking I like the look of Van der Ven because they've got good fixtures at the moment and Tottenham are performing quite well and he's got some good points. So I'm very much liking him. So I'm thinking I've saved some money because I got rid of Watkins and I put Mateta in last week. So that has allowed me to save, I think it's about 2 million. So I've actually got a bit of money now to spend because previously I had 0.1 million to spend.
Have you already done a wild card?
So yeah, annoyingly, I did my wild card game week 2, and that's when I decided the great idea to bring all these 4 million defenders in because I was like, hang on, defenders don't get too many points normally. Surely, if you put the money in attack, you're going to benefit. But Salah's not really performed, and Watkins obviously didn't really perform for me. So and Kudos has not really done anything since I've had him. So I've had a bit of a stinker there. So maybe when it comes around to using my next wild card, which obviously will be in the second half, I think I'll think a bit more wisely before just jumping in and making decisions because it clearly hasn't done me any favours. So yeah, improving my defence is the most important thing because I've got enough attacking presence to hopefully get me goals because I've got Haaland, Mateta, Ekitike, Salah, Gakpo, Kudos. So you'd hope in amongst that lot that somehow I can get some good points. But if I go another week where they continue to not perform, then it might be a case of get rid of Kudos, maybe get rid of Gakpo because I'm not sure whether he'll be at risk or one of the 2, Gakpo or Ekitike, because one of those 2 are surely at risk if Isak starts playing. And
Who do
yeah,
you think is going to be most at risk, L'Oreal, for that? Do you think it's going to be Ekatike or do you think it'll
interesting, because I've seen a lot of people suggest that we're going to play 2 up front, but I don't think 2 up front is us. I don't think we'll suit a 2 up front. So I think it's probably, as sad as it is for Ekatike, I think it is going to be Ekatike that suffers, because I just don't see us playing a 2 up front. And if we did play a 2 up front, I think Gakpo would suffer, but realistically, I don't think we'll play a 2 up front. So I'm going to take a risk on it this week and leave them in my team. And if for whatever reason they don't play because Isak comes in or someone gets injured or something, then next week I think I'll look to get rid of them. At the moment, I think I'll just stick with bringing in Van de Ven. I have got 2 transfers, so I could potentially make more than 1 transfer, but I think I'll just play it safe, just do 1, and then I've got 2 for next week to potentially get rid of one of those Liverpool players and a defender if needs be, or something else. But yeah.
Who's going to be a captain for this week?
So I'm thinking probably Mateta, because they've got West Ham, so that should be a good opportunity. Like I said earlier, I've only predicted a 1-0 Liverpool win, so I'm not too sure where we're likely to score that many goals or we're likely to do that well. So I'm not too confident, and Salah hasn't really performed recently. So I'm, under the impression that it's probably just be on the safe side and stay away from the Liverpool captain. Hasn't done me well in the last few weeks, to be honest. So, yeah.
Super. So on to my team. Obviously, I've only made 1 transfer this week, and I've brought in, I can't even say his name, Liverpool. You might
still
be
with us
here. Sabazalai or whatever it's called.
Sabazalai, yeah.
I brought him into my midfield, so I've got Sells in goal, Chalabar, Van de Ven, and Spence in defence. Mo Salah will be my captain. Obviously, the new Liverpool lad, Reinders, and the Forest winger, who Phil raves about every week. And then I've got Pedro and Ekatike and Haaland up front. So I think I've got quite a strong lineup there, so I don't really need to alter it that much. I'll probably just go again with Salah as captain. Got 81 points last week, so quite happy with that and quite happy with the way the team seems to be shaping up. My only issue is I believe Ekatike, I may look to try and move him on because I think his minutes are going to be affected, and then it's just thinking who I can bring in and then possibly get a stronger midfielder player. I do want to try and get Cole Palmer back into my squad somehow, but it's going to be very difficult. So we're gonna do something a little bit different this week as well. So we're gonna do like a cup robin. So basically, I'm gonna pair you in 2s this week. So whoever gets the highest score will proceed to the next round, and we'll go like a cup competition. But also, there's going to be a little bit of banter involved in there. So whoever you're paired up against, you have a forfeit for each other. So, say for instance, I pair Paul against Mers. Mers will have a forfeit for Call if he finishes higher and knocks him out of the cup, and vice versa. If Call knocks Mers out of the cup, he will have a forfeit. And I'm going to write them down so we've got it all in hand. So this week, the first pair I'm going to pair is Phil will play Luke.
Which Luke?
So the Tottenham Luke, the Spurs Luke.
Okay.
Going down, boy. Go down.
All right.
So Phil,
The Battle of Big Ange.
what would your forfeit be for Luke should you be successful in this victory?
I would like Luke. It's got to be something to do with Morgan Gibbs White, hasn't it?
You're okay.
Oh, yes.
All right.
It's gotta be
Yeah.
something to do with
I'm
Morgan
liking
Gibbs
this
White.
already, Phil.
So I tell you what,
I've got to get
what I
thinking.
would like you to do is, because we're on the fantasy,
Okay.
you have got your free transfer for, if I win, your free transfer for next week. You've got to take out your highest scoring or highest valued
Fucking hell.
midfielder
What?
and
Midfielder.
replace him with Morgan Gibbs White. Yeah,
Right.
that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I think that's
game
a
week.
bit harsh because that's
Why is that harsh? How's that harsh?
That could be a benefit. Who knows? Who Forrest got next time out?
Sunderland.
That could actually work a treat. That could be a blessing in disguise.
No, Sunderland this game week, and then it.
No, it's Burnley this game.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Sunderland next game week,
Yeah.
so that could be a blessing in disguise. As for what to get Phil to do,
Yeah,
I'm
look,
not,
what do
I'm
you
not the
get
best
Phil
with
to
these
do?
sort of, I'm not the best with these kind of things, if I'm honest.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate like the freeze frame on Carl right now and the shock of hearing the forfeit?
I'm trying to think of something and related or something like that to go for. Come back to me. I'll think of something in the meantime. I'm terrible thinking of stuff like this on the fly.
Yeah, we'll come back
I'll
on
try and think of
that
something.
one. And then I'm going
Are
to
you
have...
happy? Just so I know. So, are you happy with that one then, Luke? Think that's reasonable?
I mean, I'm fine with it. The Gibbs White one. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
It's
like
my
I said,
end.
we have to agree to it as well, because if it's
Yeah, of
something that you're not willing to do, I'm not going to make people obviously do it. But yeah. So the next pairing is going to be Glory Hall and Hutch.
Dan. Oh, you got to do it, Dan. The twins have got to do it, surely. Surely we've got to have the twins.
No, Glory Hall and Hutch. So Glory Hall, surely you've got to make a Leeds fan wear a Liverpool shirt or some sort of bin dipping stuff.
Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, maybe that is what I have to go with. I'm just thinking if there's anything better.
It's if you can get a Liverpool shirt though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can
I'll
make
have a
him
think.
sing live on air. You can
I was
do
about to say that's
anything.
where I'm currently thinking of mine. I think, Ange, Australia, sing a bit of a Land Down Under.
Sing Never Walk
How
Alone. The
So
whole
you
of
want
it.
him to? You want Hutch to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone"?
Yeah, there we go.
Never walk alone.
Phil, you up for a bit of Land Down Under?
I'll do that.
Bit of
I'll do
Big
that.
Ange?
Yeah, no, I'll do
So
that. I'll even do it in
what is it?
Australian accent
And,
if you want, mate.
Oh, yeah,
and
crikey.
songs.
Yeah, crikey.
Hutch, what do you want Glory Hall to do? Because if you win,
So what am I doing? Singing You'll Never Walk Alone?
yeah, if you lose on here live, a cappella.
That's fine. Right. One sec. What's yours for Luke, Phil?
I wanted for Luke, if obviously I win, he needs to take his highest scoring or highest pointed midfielder out of his fantasy and replace him with Morgan Gibbs White.
Right then. When I win,
Ooh,
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
One
oh,
side
oh.
when I win,
Is beyond disrespect, yeah.
Glory Hole is taking out Mo Salah out of his squad
Oh,
Oh.
and is going to replace him. He's going to replace him with Wilfred Nonto of Leeds, and he'll be captaining him for that game week.
no, that's hard.
Wow!
Oh, okay.
And you,
Oh
lot
my
was saying,
God.
and you lot were saying mine was bad.
Yeah,
Wow.
If I'm singing that fucking song And someone's suffering repercussions from that, let me tell you.
So you happy with that, Glory Hall?
I mean, my FPL can't get much worse.
Oh, it can.
It can if you get Nonto in there, mate.
Captain Notto.
I'll go with that, yeah. What the heck?
And then my next one is Dan will play Carl.
Wild carding
Dan,
Carl.
you're going
That
down,
is-
boy. Dan, you are going down.
Thanks, Lee.
No one wants to be against Carl.
All I'm
So,
going to say to
Carl-
you here, Dan, is I've got 2 forfeits in mind. One of them isn't a very bad one. So I'll let you pick your forfeit first. And if it's not a bad one, I'll give you the lesser one of mine.
Oh, go.
All right, is yours FPL related?
One of them is and one of them isn't. So if you
Okay.
don't pick a bad one against me, I'll give you the one that isn't.
Negotiations.
All right.
This could, I mean, these FPL ones, what you're giving each other, these could make or break someone's season. I think they're a bit harsh.
I've been hearing for one game week,
Wow.
right? If by some miracle I get more points than you, Haaland's gone forever.
Forever. Wow.
I believe Dan has just said,
He's
I do not
frozen.
make
Wow.
He's
Carl, are you
frozen.
ready to line up that harsh one, mate?
He's frozen him.
Wow.
No, his
Wow.
head's moving.
Wow,
He's
for
not
the rest of
frozen.
the season. That's
Let me just have a look at your team.
Go for it.
Recently
Dan, you've
wildcarded
got a
teams.
death wish, mate. You have got a death wish.
I respect the hustle at this point, honestly. The underdog is throwing
I
punches.
mean, let's have it right, though, guys. Let's have it right, boys. Dan's not going to win. No offense, Dan, but
I
you're
knew
not
that
gonna-
before you even said there was forfeits.
Are you
It
willing
doesn't
to
matter
accept
who I was
that?
against.
Paul?
I had no
Because
chance.
that could, if you have one bad week and you do manage to lose, you can't put Haaland in your fantasy team again this season.
Wow.
Is that something
that-
you're willing to accept to do? So I'll be
Surely.
honest.
Based on his team, surely you've got to accept
The
that.
question is, does second back himself against second bottom? That's basically the question here.
Yeah, true. Has he got the balls?
But
Got the harness.
Dan's played some great fucking moves, though. I don't
Carl's
know.
looking at his
He's
team.
considering it. He's taking his time, mulling it over.
I mean, I'll take that bet.
Wow.
Doing it.
All right.
Oh,
I'll take that
Now
bet.
harshness.
And the
Dan-
repercussions. Oh,
Like,
that could kill your season, Carl. If you do finish lower points than him, you cannot have Haaland in your team for the rest of the season.
I mean, I can take that, but Dan, like, I had some lesser forfeits in mind for you, and now I need to think of something bad.
Let's hear what you could have had behind door number 1 and door number 2. What could you have?
yeah, let's have a look at what you could have won.
I'll tell you what I was going to say, and it wasn't even a bad forfeit. I was going to say you had to next week in next week's show you had to speak in Oasis songs only, but that just doesn't do it justice now. So this is what I want you to do. Then I'm putting up Haaland as you want me to lose Haaland for the season. When I beat you, because of what you've done, next fantasy football show, you are to attend it fully with your hair spiked up, no shirt on, no glasses on.
Let me just put this down. So you want his hair spiked up.
Oh, mate.
I want his hair spiked
That's
up,
going to get YouTube demonetized.
no
Oh,
glasses
my.
on, bare chested.
That's some OnlyFans shit, that is.
That's getting the
Dan,
YouTube
just remember.
demonetized.
I just want you to remember, Dan, you did this to yourself.
Yeah, you bought this on yourself, kid.
What could you have won had it been kinder?
Well, yeah, if he'd have gone kind, all he would have had to do is just speak an Oasis songs next week. But you had to go full tilt, so I'm coming back for you.
Dan, you've just made a fucking enemy there, mate. You've made an enemy for life.
You've buried
He was my
yourself in your
enemy when
brain.
we beat fucking Man City in the real life anyway. He didn't like me smiling, remember? Oh.
So,
Well, you can have won you smiling
that
here
you
from
take
here.
the challenge to
That's
you then,
quite
man?
fair.
Is that you taking the challenge?
I mean, we all know it's going to happen anyway.
Are you taking the challenge, Dan?
We'll have to.
Yay!
Well,
Like Donkey Kong.
I was going to take a risk this game week with a captain. I'm taking no risks now.
Triple Captain Haaland gets his points.
He's already done it.
No, he's already done that. He's done that last week.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to have my tissue. I'm going to have my Kleenex at the ready next week for you, Dan.
And the final cup game of the week is Luke Leeds versus Mers. So, Luke, what would your forfeit be for Mers?
I don't know. I'm thinking about keeping it fantasy football on the same line some other lads have had.
That's fine.
Hey?
You could just leave it at fantasy. That'd be fine.
I was thinking that Mers would have to lose one of his highest scorers in Pedro and replace him with Calvin Lewin.
Is that just for 1 week, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
Phil, I really appreciate your offer now. I really
No,
appreciate it.
How good is my offer to you now?
So kind. So kind.
Just for a couple of game weeks, 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. All
Make
right.
it nice. Make it nice.
Okay. All right.
So
So
replace Pedro with
DCL.
Mers, what is your challenge to Luke?
well, looking at his team, I'm looking at the highest scorers, and it's only realistically Salah or Haaland, and I think Salah can stay in because I don't think he's done much this season. So I'm thinking something to do with Haaland. So what would I potentially want to do with Haaland? Let me just go on to the transfer section right here quickly. And I'll do something similar. So it's only for a couple weeks. I will say. Ooh, actually, how many points does he have? I want to give someone that can get. He's going to get some points. Okay, it's not him. Okay. Hey, by the way, Bushy, are you going up against somebody? Because it sounds like you're getting out.
Mers,
Oh.
I had an idea for that. So you do yours, and then I'll tell you what I've got an idea for Bushy.
All right. I tell you what, because they haven't really scored any goals so far, you would have to take out Haaland and put in Watkins for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. That's a good shout.
I really hope Villa starts scoring.
Oh. So Mers has got Haaland 2 weeks for Watkins for Luke, and Luke's got 2 weeks of Pedro for Calvert-Lewin. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Phil versus Luke, Glory Hall versus Hutch, Dan versus Carl, Luke versus Mers. Who else is in now, Fantasy League? I'm going to have to do something against somebody that's not in tonight's chat.
So with the other two there's quite a few actually. There's Lucas.
People that are not in this group, though, isn't there?
Yeah, there's Lucas Wheat, there's Kenny Mann, Beth Stone, and Adam Lang.
I think a fair one, instead of going up against someone who he doesn't know, where he can't get a forfeit, I think Lee should be in the top 4 point scorers for the week. And if he doesn't, he needs to lose Haaland for 2 game weeks. That's not too harsh, and it gives you a fair challenge.
So this game week, if he's not in the top 4 scorers,
yes.
Yeah, but what's my forfeit to you guys then? Because I've got to
We've got our
you lose Haaland.
We got our forfeits preloaded.
yeah, you're not.
If I finish in the top 4, I can give you all the forfeit.
No, we've all
If
got
it's in the
ours.
top 4, you can keep Haaland.
got
That's a good enough solution.
Bullshit. I'm up for possibly losing Haaland for the entire season, and you're not up for just losing him for 2 game weeks.
And I've got to finish in what? The top 4?
Top 4
scores.
Points.
This
Points
week.
wise. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
this week.
All of that. See in the top 4, you've got a top 4 points this week.
In the group.
You're backing yourself. You
In the
said
league,
you're going to score quite highly.
No, not in this group, bullshit. In the league. So there's 13.
That's easy. That's easy for you. Come on, back
Oh,
yourself.
that's easy.
Back yourself.
T8 saying
Go
it's
on.
easy.
That's fine.
No, not for me. For him.
What do you mean? What I forgot to tell you, he means total with everyone in the world.
So it's going to be an interesting week. It'll you'll be up against your fellow panelists, so it's going to be a good bit of banter. I mean, I am really looking forward to seeing Dan with spiky hair, no shirt, and no glasses. That's a given. What we're going to see.
It's not like Jedward.
Jedward, oh my god.
Oh dear.
At least,
Right.
at least,
So
at least you'll be able to spot the difference between Glory Hole and Dan next week.
Dan, you brought it
Oh,
on
my
yourself.
man, mate. Screw it.
You brought it on yourself.
I don't care, mate.
So thank you for everybody watching. We will have some content at the weekend for the weekend games, and we'll be back on Monday for Miller's Monday. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you go in our description of the video, you'll have our league code. So if you want to join our league, you can. And if you want to be part of any forfeits, you can. We will be getting other guests on as well if people start to do well in our league, and we'll pick their brains as well if they start to overtake us. But at the minute, I'm going to leave it with Mers, who is top of the league, and Carl, who is currently manager of the month. He's going to hold on to that, hopefully. I take that off him this month, which I predicted I would, and I think I'm confident I will. So thank you again for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.